Hey guys, Captain Walnut here with another AFBeast video. Factions, base rating, PvP. It's a good time. So, last episode we got some basics set up for our power system around the base. And just sort of laid the groundwork and did some experiments to figure out what we wanted to do. In between the episodes, I laid down this. It's just, you put water into a mine factory loaded steam turbine, and it produces tons of power. It produces 80 RF per tick. So that's quite a lot. It filled this thing up in less than half an hour. So it filled up, what is that, 5 billion? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, no, 50 million worth of RF, which is quite a lot in under half an hour. So I heard that this exploit is being fixed. So I don't want to use this as my main power. I'm just using it as backup power for right now. This is quite a lot of power. These steam turbines are pretty cheap though, so that's all I really had to do. Now I've also, you guys overwhelmingly said that you wanted me to cover this up with the stone covers. So I did. They look great. Thank you guys very much. I agree. That looks awesome. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, if you watched my tutorial on this crazy little device right here on how to use Tinker's construct tools for mob grinding, then you would have seen that I thought of in the middle of the tutorial to use jagged. So what I'm trying to do is I just have a scythe in here with the luck and the sharpness on it, and then one extra slot left to put some what's it called, the recharging thing. But I don't have it on there right now because I want to let this thing get all the way down to 1 out of 100 durability. You can sort of see that down there near the bottom. I also built another one right here where I did the durability thing without putting the sharpness on yet, and I just wanted to see if there was a difference in the bonus hearts you give. So that actually took me a lot of time. And if we go up here, you can actually see that the jagged thing actually is a slight improvement. It's a lot of time to do it though. So if I put the original one I had in there, in this tool forge, you can see that the attack for this guy is 7.5 hearts, and it took me 432 quartz to get to that. Now if I put the one with the jagged on, you can see that it's 8.5 hearts total, because 7.5 plus the 1, and only had to put 360 quartz on. So that's actually a little bit better, because I had to take less quartz, and it does a little bit more damage. So that's great, but it is a huge time commitment to get that thing down to such a low durability. So that's why I'm sort of letting this guy do it automatically for me. And then once that guy gets down there, I'm going to start looking at it closer and closer. It takes, like half an hour per 10 durability it goes down or so. So I've got plenty of time before it gets down there, so I can come back and check later. In this episode, what I want to do is I want to finish up my experiments and figure out what my power system is. The engines, the best steam dynamo for the boilers from Railcraft only produce 8 MJ, and the conversion between RF and MJ is 10 to 1. So these magmatic dynamo, 8 MJ per tick for those industrial steam guys, and these magmatic dynamos also produce 80 RF per tick. So that's the same, 80 RF equals 8 MJ. So we're good to go here with these lava guys. Now, the magmatic dynamos will produce 180,000 RF. I did look it up from one bucket of lava, and so since it's 20,000 to produce lava from a blaze rod, that's 160,000 RF surplus from this. So that's actually a pretty good system. But I heard a rumor that these reactant dynamos, they're actually pretty cheap if we check it out. They just take a bunch of bronze and a little bit of silver to make. They're quite cheap. I heard that they can produce an insane amount of power from some kind of odd sources. And so I'm going to try out some mob essence and some blaze powder. So we'll put that in there. I think I just put the blaze powder in, and then I probably right click on it. Yeah, there we go. So we'll put that back. So I've got a bucket of mob essence in there. It took that. I guess this is sort of like the furnaces. It's going to sort of tick down. And I had an empty power cell on top of it. Oh, you know what? That's filling up pretty quick. That's not horrible. So I want to see how much this does. So here that you put in 2 reactants basically, and just like in chemistry, one of them is going to be the limiting reactant, so you can figure that out. As you know, I already have tons of mob essence over here. I figured out how to get tons and tons of mob essence. And then I also have tons and tons of blaze because with that fortune thing, I have all 3 of these filled up. And then also the chest here is completely filled up, tons of hearts. And then I'm sending the rest of it to the trash can. So yeah, we got plenty of blaze powder here. And we can keep producing it. So this might be a pretty good way to produce power instead of having to have the extra step of converting the blaze rods into lava. One last thing is I want to add some pretty intricate controls onto how all this works. You know, I have 3 levels of tanks for the mob essence. I have 1, 2, and then the 2 on the side, so 3 levels total. And I want to be able to sort of figure out, okay, if this top one is empty, let's turn off a certain system. If the bottom one's empty, if there's only fluid left in the bottom 2 tanks, turn off all the power generation and just start producing mob essence from these giant slimes. If the top one has liquid in it, so the middle one's full and the top one has liquid in it, then I want to turn off the giant slime thing because that's sort of wasting power. Because I also did some more testing. An auto spawner, like the one I have in there, requires 500 millibuckets of mob essence when I have it on spawn exact or whatever. It takes 500 millibuckets to half a bucket of essence to produce 1 mob. And then these blazes return 666 millibuckets, so 2/3 of a bucket back. So that's a net gain of XP even on spawn exact. So that's great. So theoretically, I don't even need these giant king slime things to spawn, so that's why I'm going to have a system to turn them on and off. In addition, it takes, what, 30,600 RF of energy to spawn 1 mob. So I'm going to make sure in all of my calculations that I'm leaving plenty to make sure I keep having mobs spawn, and I think I will. So is this thing done yet? Okay. That's about halfway done. That's just under halfway done. I wonder which one's going to be the limiting reactant. How much have I got so far? Oh my goodness! That's already way above and beyond what this guy could do. Because 1 bucket of lava produces 160,000. And... Geez, okay, so 1 bucket of lava produces 160,000, whereas I'm already got over 300,000 RF from this. So, yeah. This looks like it's going to be the better system and only needs 1 machine. So it might end up doing that. It's going to use a lot of mob essence, but like I said, this is a net gain, and that's definitely a net gain with the king slimes. So I should have enough. This might be my power system. Okay. Well, I will be back with you in a second when I have some more stuff done, when I have this figured out, and we'll see. Okay, so it appears that this guy's done. There's no mob essence left, and I think there's a little bit of the, whatchamacallit, the blaze powder energy, or whatever you want to call it here, blaze powder reactant left. So I guess mob essence is the limiting reactant. Let's see what that produced. 504,000 RF. Wow. Okay, so let's replace this and say that. So from essence, we got 504,000 RF, which is insane. Let's go ahead and add another bucket here. Okay, so right click with this. And actually, wait, no, all we have to do is let's right click once with that, and we'll leave the other blaze powder in there. So then when this thing finishes, we'll see how much we get with from the blaze powder. So there we go. Be back in a second. Okay, it's done again. So let's check this out. See, this is done. We still have a bit of mob essence left. So we look here. Okay, so from blaze powder we get 640,000 RF. That's insane. 640,000. So get on there. So shift right click. From essence we get 504,000 RF, and from B powder we get, what did I say? I don't want to click away from this. 604,000, right? 604,000? 640? I want to say 640. I'm going 640. 640, 100,000. Six 640,000, yeah. Right? 640? Yeah, I'm glad I changed my mind. So, wow, that's pretty good. Alright, so let's do some math, okay? So I did some more testing with the auto spawners, and it takes 50 ticks. If you have it going full speed, if you got plenty of energy hooked up to an auto spawner, it will take 50 ticks because it has 50 units of work to do when you have it on spawn exact copy for it to. Let's watch something more interesting. Let's watch these guys. um, let's start over. Okay, so for an auto spawner, if you supply it with more than enough energy, it takes 50 ticks to spawn one mob on spawn exact copy. Okay, so since it takes 30,600 RF to produce one mob over the course of 50 ticks, so it's 2.5 seconds, then that means it's 612 RF per tick required. Now, any one of these engines here, so the magmatics and the reactant, produce 80 RF per tick. So 612 divided by 80 gives us 7.65. So we need 7.65, so 8 of these reactant dynamos or whatever type of engine we end up using to get one auto spawner going at full tilt to keep it going so it won't stop. So I'm planning on this King Slime spawner is sort of just used to top off the essence, so it's not going to be on all the time. And this is more than enough. I'm getting on average, well, 2 to 3 blaze rods per one of these guys. And if we look here, let's check this out and look at blaze. Blaze. And we look at the blaze powder. See, with normal shapeless crafting, you get 2, so that means I'm getting, 4 to 6 per blaze, or I don't want to use anything that uses EU. In a pulverizer, I get 4, so I'm getting 8 to 12 blaze powder per blaze, and I'm spawning a lot of blaze. So I don't actually need tons and tons of blaze for this guy. The limiting reactant would be the mob essence. So let's say I needed 7.6. Let's say I'll do 14, maybe 15 of these reactant dynamos just to keep the mob spawners going, and then we'll do another 14 or 15 or whatever to keep the base going. And that's not going to be any big deal at all because it's just, bronze, and bronze is made with copper and tin. So if we look, where's one of the ingots? Dense bronze, bronze. Where's one of the normal ingots? Hello? There's one. Bronze, we get... Nope, that's not a normal ingot. Why can't I find one? Oh well, you're just going to have to trust me that it uses some bronze. There's one. Ha! There we go. Some copper and some tin. Yay! Why did that not come up? I don't see it over here. There it is. Dumb. Anyway, yeah, so it's pretty easy to make, and... Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and get cracking on that. I'll put the one for the mob system on one of the sides and the one for the regular base power on the other side, because that'll be more than enough to keep everything going. So I guess this downstairs level is going to be my power level. Alright, I'll be back with you. Okay, so step number 1 is I would like to get 3 blaze spawners going. I feel like 3 is a pretty good number to guarantee that I have enough, and I can turn them on and off as needed if I detect that I have, over a couple 100,000 worth of blaze powder or something like that. I'll turn off the blaze spawners so I'm not wasting essence or anything like that, and let the power system just run for a while. So I'm planning on putting them in these walls again, since this is just a dense area. Now what the auto spawners will do is they'll behave just like a vanilla mob spawner, in that when they are ready to spawn a mob, they'll look for a valid area, and if they try once and they don't find one, the next tick they'll try again somewhere else. So just randomly select blocks within their spawnable radius, and then as soon as they get a valid one, then they'll drop it. So I don't need to actually have tons and tons of space around these guys, because I don't care if they're operating at full tilt. It's not going to waste essence or energy if they take a couple ticks searching for the correct place to drop a mob. So it's not a big deal if I have too small of a space. And the reason I'm talking about having too small of a space is the valid spawn area for one of these giant slimes is a 5x5. So if I keep all of the space inside each of these blaze spawners I make sure there's no empty space larger than a 5x5, or really, 5x5 or larger, there we go, then I should be good to go. I don't need to worry about it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll hollow some of these out and start laying out the groundwork for that, and be back with you. So it looks like this thing is going down. It's almost done. Okay, there we go. It's at 1. Ghibli 1 out of 100. Alright, so we should be able to get some sort of damage bonus out of this guy. Before I waste a Wither Star on it, though, let's see if it's any good. Put it up here. 7.5 and 1. Nope, I'm not wasting a Wither Star on that. Or a Nether Star, or whatever it's called. Yes, because see, the other one I had was 7.5 and 1. You know what? I have getting Nether Stars is really no problem for me. So let's go ahead and waste the Nether Star, the Wither Star, whatever it's called, the Nether Star. Leadstone Energy Cell. Go over here. Put the Nether. Put that there. Grab. Put that up there. Boom. And now you can see that the durability is very low. We got a bonus of 1 heart. Oh well. Okay, well, that means I have 2 of these guys, so I could do that for something that I need a lot of looting on. Yeah, I mean, I already have these 3 right here. It's not that big a deal. I have 3 scythes now for my 3 blaze spawners, so yay! Oh, while I'm up here, actually, let me show you something. I have got this auto enchanter set up. Let's see. Let me show you how much they cost. Auto. Is it going to show me it right off the bat? Right here. That's the disenchanter. There's the enchanter. It's just 3 books, 2 diamonds, some plastic, and a machine block. Not that big a deal, right? And then it takes energy and mob essence, and then it does a whole bunch of work. What is that? How long is that? I shall tell you. 2590 divided by 20 seconds per tick is 129.5. So that's, just over 2 minutes, 2.15 minutes. Handy dandy calculator for the win, yay! And it's gotten me lots of really great enchants. It's pretty awesome. So, haste 3, oh, that's nice. I can actually, let's organize this. I think I did. Unstable, repair. That repair 2 is nice. I already did that once for my boots. Boots of the Traveler, that's how I got them back up. You can see I've got a lot of nice things on here. Just going up along there. You can combine books that you can't get. So I've combined treasure. What is that for one of the wands? Interesting. But yeah, you can. I think frugal's also for one of the wands to use less viz or whatever it's called. Yeah. So you can combine things. I should really enchant my bow to get better. Is that? Did I see it? No. Yeah. So you can. I can combine both these efficiency 4s to get an efficiency 5. Not that I need it with my pick. In fact, you can't even put it on your pick. I don't think. Yeah. So there's some good stuff in here, and I just occasionally make some more books and then toss them in here. I can get plenty of cows because I have a cow safari net. So whenever I need steak or leather, I just put a cow in, and I'm good to go. It's pretty awesome. So, actually, one more thing before I'm done. These guys right here, the tanks, I can use one of the basic buildcraft gates to know if there's fluid in the tank, if the tank's empty, if the tank is full, or if there's space for fluid. So I can do that as long as I put it next to a valve, a tank valve, an iron tank valve. Then I'm good to go. I can detect what level the fluid is in the tank, or not exactly what level, but I can just say, okay, if there's fluid, if there's space for fluid in this tank, it means okay, shut off everything else except for the giant slime spawner, because then I need to recharge everything, and then keep that giant slime spawner on until there's fluid in the topmost tank or something like that. So yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to keep hollowing out this area, and I'll be back with you.